Hello friends, welcome back to our video lecture series on course titled Fluid Mechanics 2. In the last lecture what we have discussed alternative form of gradually varied flow equation by using Chase's and Manning's equation, and in this lecture we are going to discuss classification of bed slope of the channel. So we are going to make use of all our previous basic knowledge regarding the gradually varied flow. So just before proceeding, as usual we are just simply going through the our previous lectures discussion. So that's what we have discussed in the very first lecture, introduction to the gradual varied flow, where we have discussed definition of the gradual varied flow, and those are the assumptions. You can simply pause that video and go through those assumptions, which are also used while deriving the basic form of the gradual varied flow, which is given by dy upon dx is equal to s of 0 minus s of f divided by 1 minus q square upon q square multiplied by t divided by ga cube. By simply replacing this q square t upon ga cube with the fr square, this was our modified form of the dynamic equation of GVF, or which is also termed as differential equation of GVF. We have also discussed three possible values and its effect on the depth of flow of the channel, and after that we have discussed two alternative forms of the GVF equation which is applicable for the wide rectangular channel. So we have derived those two alternative forms of the GVF equation using Manning's and using Chase's equation. Now let's proceed to this lecture. So as we have discussed in the previous lecture, we have considered a depth of flow yn, which is normal depth of flow and which is going to represent the condition of uniform flow, and another yc, that is condition of the critical flow, or the going to represent a critical depth of flow. Now if I am considering this yn is the condition of uniform flow, and it is going to a constant, because in case of uniform flow our depth of flow is always remain constant, so this yn always be a fixed. Now if I am looking at the another value, critical flow or critical depth, which is going to occur at the condition of critical flow, then obviously this will also remain fixed for the given channel. Now irrespective of those two, if I keep q, rate of flow, n, coefficient of roughness, and s of 0, bed slope of the channel are fixed, if I keep all those three parameters are fixed and already yn and yc are fixed, then in that case whatever our value of yn and yc can help us to classify our channel bed slope. So by using value of yn and yc, we can simply classify our bed slope of the channel. So by considering different value of yn and yc, we can simply determine whether which kind of slope is there in the channel. So let us consider all those values. So the first value, that may possible that this yn is greater than yc. So value of yn is greater than yc, that means that our depth of flow is greater than critical depth, that means that our flow is subcritical flow, because we know that if depth of flow is greater than critical depth, then obviously flow is said to be a subcritical, and if the flow is subcritical and depth of flow is greater than critical depth, that means that our flow is said to be a mild slope, and which is designated by capital M, later capital M. Now in the second case, this yn may be less than yc, that means that our depth of flow is less than critical depth, which is the condition of supercritical flow. When our flow is supercritical, when our yn is less than yc, then slope of the channel is said to be a steep slope, and which is designated by the letter capital S. Now in the third condition, this yn may be equal to yc, that means that depth of flow is equal to critical depth. In that case, what we are getting, critical flow, and if the flow is critical and yn is equal to yc, that means that our slope is critical slope, or flow is slope of the channel is said to be a critical slope, which is denoted by the letter capital C. Simply we are taking its first letter and we are denoting those slope as their, by taking their capital letter, first capital letter initials. Now irrespective of those first three cases, we have two separate or special cases when yn does not exist. So we are considering that case as well, when yn does not exist. In case of yn does not exist, in the case 1, this yn will tends to infinity, and in the second case yn never going to exist, so yn does not exist. So we are going to consider those two cases. In both the cases yn does not exist. In the first case, yn tends to infinity and bed slope is equal to 0. If my bed slope is equal to 0, what I can say that my bed of the channel is perfectly horizontal, and if my bed of the channel is perfectly horizontal, obviously my depth of flow will tend to infinity. So if my bed slope is equal to 0, then flow cannot be sustained as a uniform flow, and if this condition gets satisfied, then slope of the channel is said to be a horizontal bed, and which is denoted by the capital H. Now in the last condition, when our this s of 0 is less than 0, actually this is the correction, please note it down. It is s of 0 is less than 0, that means that our s of 0 bed slope is negative, and if bed slope is negative, that means that our slope is adverse, that means that our this whatever the elevation of the channel goes on increasing in the direction of the flow if my flow is taking place in this direction. So again our flow cannot be sustained and this y does not exist, and this flow is said to be an adverse slope, and which is denoted by the letter capital A. So let's discuss those slopes in detail by looking to the diagram. But before proceeding to that, we are going to go through the regions which are going to develop because of this yn and yc and value of yn and yc. So whatever those above cases can be used for the classification of bed slopes, but when we are considering those cases, in that all the cases what we have considered it yn, value of yn and value of yc, that is mean that we have considered it normal depth and critical depth. Now if I am considering this value of normal depth and critical depth, but combining those two together, they are going to form a different zones in the channel. So if I am considering this is my channel and this is my depth of flow, so if this is my depth of flow and if it is yn, in that case yc may be somewhere, like say here it is my critical depth. So if it is my yc, so if I am look at those values of the yn and yc and those lines which I have drawn with respect to the yn and yc, I can simply see here beyond the yn there is another one zone, in between depth of flow, normal depth of flow, and in between critical depth there is another zone, that is zone 2, and in between bed and yc there is another zone, that is zone 3. So this is how we can define those zones. So generally this yn and yc classifying our whatever the channel into 3 different zones, and this would be divide the whole flow space into this 1, 2, 3 regions, and those regions will be classified as region 1, which is the space above the topmost line. So whether this yc is at the top or this yn as the top, beyond that line, topmost line, is known as region 1. Region 2 is the space between top line and the next to lower line, that means that whatever the middle line and top line, the space between or region between these two lines. And the region 3, it is the space between second line and the bed. So whatever the line exactly after to the bed, that is in between that, whatever the space is there, that is classified as zone 3 or region 3. So let's see a diagram view of this particular condition, which is going to show us the zones. So if you see here region 1, so if I am considering the first case, what we have considered for the mild slope, my yn is greater than yc, that means that our depth of flow is greater than critical depth. So if my yn is the normal depth, and as we have discussed, this yn is fixed, yc is also fixed. Now if those are fixed, I can simply draw the line which is going to join or which is going to represent our normal depth of flow. Again I can simply draw a line which is going to represent the critical depth of flow. So whatever the line which is going to represent normal depth is known as normal depth line, which is represented as NDL. Whatever the line which is going to represent critical depth is known as critical depth line, and which can be denoted as CDL. Now if I am considering the first case when my yn was greater than yc, so this will be my yn which is greater than yc. Now in this case, whatever our zone 1, which is the space above topmost line, now in this case what is our topmost line? This is our yn is the topmost line. So beyond the yn, this is our zone 1 or region 1. Now our second zone or region 2 is the space between top line and the next lower line. So our lower line is this one, bed of the channel, and next to the lower line is the critical depth line CDL, and topmost line is this one. So whatever the space between this topmost line and next to lower line is the zone 2, or also said to be a region 2, and the zone 3 or region 3 is the space between second line and the bed. So this will be our zone 3, that is the space between second line and this bed of the channel. So this is how we are going to classify the zones, and remember those classification of the zone, because same we are going to use while classifying our water surface profile and in which zone it is going to occur. So hope you understood it. Let's proceed to discuss those bed slopes in detail with respect to those NDL and CDL. So the first bed slope we are going to consider here, the mild slope. What we have discussed, slope is said to be a mild slope when our yn is greater than yc and flow is subcritical. So what are the conditions for the mild slope? Our Froude number should be less than 1, so our flow will be subcritical. Yn should be greater than yc, or depth of flow should be greater than critical depth, and your bed slope should be positive. That means that it should be positive and it should be less than critical slope. So if my flow is less than critical slope, that means that our flow will be subcritical flow. After satisfying all those conditions, what we are getting here, mild slope. So this is the condition, those are the condition for the mild slope, and which can be represented here in terms of the different zones. So here our yn is greater than yc, so our critical depth line will be the lower than topmost line is the normal depth line, and next lower line is the critical depth line. Next, steep slope. When our yn is less than yc, then flow will be a supercritical and slope is said to be a steep slope. So what are the condition for the steep slope, which is denoted by the letter capital S? Proud number should be greater than 1, yn should be less than yc, and our slope should be greater than critical slope. So whatever the slope required for the development of critical flow, if our slope of the bed channel is greater than critical slope, then it is known as steep slope or steep slope of the channel bed, and again it is positive. Our slope, what we are considering here, it is the positive slope. Now if we look at the in terms of those zones, so what we are getting here, our yn is less than yc, our yc is greater here and yn is less than that, so our normal depth line will become next lower line and critical depth line will become topmost line. So whatever the zone beyond critical line will become zone 1, and zone 2, that will be a space between the CDL and NDL, and the zone 3, that will be a space between NDL and bed slope of the channel. Let's move to the next, critical slope. Now when our yn is equal to yc, that is depth of flow is equal to critical depth, in that case our flow will be critical and slope is said to be a critical slope. So what are the condition for the critical slope? Proud number should be equal to 1, yn should be equal to yc, that is depth of flow, normal depth of flow should be equal to the critical depth, and our slope of the channel should be equal to critical slope of the channel, and it should be again positive. So if I am considering here whatever my yn and yc both are equal, so both will be represented by a single line, critical depth line and normal depth line. So what we are getting here, so this will be our topmost line, there is no next lower line. So in this case there is no existence of zone 2, there will be only zone 1 and zone 3, because what we are getting here, we are only getting two zones, one zone beyond the topmost line and another zone, the zone or space between bed slope and next lower line. So we have got single line for the NDL and CDL, and in that case zone 2 does not exist. So remember that in case of critical slope there will be no zone 2, there will be only zone 1 and zone 3. Hope you are getting it. This is very easy. Next, slope, horizontal bed. Now when our y does not exist, so when our y tends to infinity, those are the special cases what we have discussed while discussing the classification, and bed slope is equal to 0, then channel is referred as horizontal bed, and the slope is called as non-sustaining slope. So in this case uniform flow cannot be sustained. Now if I am considering about the condition, so what condition we are getting here, yn tends to infinity and bed slope s of 0 is equal to 0. Now in that case our bed will be a perfectly horizontal, and what we are getting here, yn tends to infinity, that means that yn will be exist somewhere else, we don't know, it may exist at the infinity, and whatever our critical depth line, that will be exist somewhere else here. So what we are getting here, if we mark our topmost line which is at the infinity, beyond that infinity line, what we are getting, our zone 1. So we cannot draw here zone 1 in case of horizontal bed, because our normal depth line is exist at the infinity. So we cannot draw here zone 1, but we can simply draw here zone 1 and zone 2 and zone 3. Zone 3 is the that space which is available in between next lower line, that is CDL and bed slope of the channel. So this will be our my zone 3, and zone 2 will be that space which is exist between next lower line and topmost line. So our topmost line is located at the infinity, which we cannot draw, so we can simply show here it is our zone 2. So remember that in case of horizontal bed, again there are two zones, there will be a zone 2 only, zone 2 and zone 3 only, there will be no existence of zone 1 which is exist beyond the line of normal depth of the flow, and which is exist at the infinity. Now the last case, that is adverse slope. So when our yn does not exist and s of 0 is less than 0, that means that bed slope is less than 0, that means that s of 0 is negative. In that case slope of the channel is said to be an adverse slope, and this is also called as non-sustaining slope, because in this case flow cannot be sustained in this direction because slope is adverse. And again, if flow cannot be sustained, so yn will not exist in this case, and our slope will be less than 0, that means that it will be negative. This is the another condition, and yn does not exist. Now I can simply draw here again critical depth line and a bed slope of the channel. So in that case again yn will exist somewhere or may not exist, so we can simply draw here zone 2 similar to our previous case and zone 3 for the adverse slope as well. So this will be our figure for the adverse slope where the s of 0 is negative. So hope you understood the classification of bed slope of the channel, and remember those classification because the same we are going to use while discussing the different water surface profiles which we are going to draw, going to solve some numerical when we are going to compute or analyze gradually varied flow. So those are the total 5 slopes of the channel, and remember those different zones and how we are classifying those zones. If you see again, in case of mild slope we are getting 3 different zones. In case of steep slope again we are getting 3 different zones, but in case of critical slope we are getting 2 zones, zone 1 and zone 3. In case of horizontal bed again we are getting 2 zones, zone 2 and zone 2 and zone 3. And again in case of adverse slope we are getting 2 zones, zone 2 and zone 3. Those are also referred as region 1 and region 2. Hope you understood it. Those are the references which I have used while preparing my presentation. Thank you for watching.